A new Division One women's tennis ranking has come out. It goes as follows. I apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. Auburn, Georgia, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Ohio State, North Carolina, Virginia, Texas, LSU, NC State, Pepperdine, USC, Vanderbilt, Florida, Arizona State, Duke, Tennessee, Michigan, UCLA, TCU, UCF, California, Washington, Clemson, and SMU. Those are the 1 through 25. I'm going to just go over the next 15, just give some clue on receiving vote teams for y'all. That would be like Arizona, Wisconsin, Texas Tech, Stanford, Miami, Florida, South Carolina, Wichita State, Charlotte, Notre Dame, Yale, BYU, Baylor, Utah, Kansas, and Ole Miss. And the following two would be like Princeton and Rice. And I'm just going to go like the last four in, as in terms of at larges, the first four buys in terms of at larges, like the first four out and the next four out. And obviously, I'll go like the top 8 seeds because there's a difference between just the top 8 seed and the top 16. Top 8, you get to host the first 3 rounds of the NCAA tournament potentially, assuming you win the first 2 rounds. And then top 16 is just like first 2 rounds and that's it, unless the top 8 seed were to lose in the round of 32. So the cut line right now, the last 4 in terms of at larges, would be Ole Miss, Utah, Kansas, and Baylor. Yeah, they're like really like there. Like the last 4 buys would be technically BYU, Yale, Notre Dame, and Charlotte. I know there's that discussion about Wichita State, but based on these rankings, projected wise, they're going to be in the NCAA tournament. They just got to hope for no bid stealers. That's what I would think they should be in as so the American's going to be a 2-bid league. Now, the first 4 out in terms of at large is like Princeton. There's nothing they could do. The Ivy League does not have a conference tournament. Now, Maryland could do something because they have the Big Ten tournament still. Technically Houston, but they're technically they are out of it, really. And then Nebraska, and obviously the following 4 would be Columbia, Arkansas, San Diego, and Alabama. San Diego's only shot to make the NCAA tournament is to win the West Coast Conference. And obviously for those bubble teams, you got to hope for no bid stealers. And you got to hope that one of those bubble teams loses right away in the conference tournament. If not, they could take your spot. And obviously Rice doesn't have to worry about that because they're in the NCAA tournament despite their ranking because they won the American Conference tournament. I'm just saying that right now. Now, the top 8 seeds would be Georgia, Auburn, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Virginia, and Texas. The 9 through 16 would be LSU, NC State, Pepperdine. I don't know about them fighting for a top 8 seed at this point. It's just not enough quality, potentially. But we'll have to wait and see. Does USC... Then maybe they're fighting for top 8. I don't know how realistic that is. Florida, Vanderbilt, Arizona State, and Duke. Though Tennessee is really close. Michigan obviously has a shot. As long as they went further enough in the Big Ten tournament, maybe they'll have a shot to be a top 16. The same thing goes for UCLA. TCU has no shot to be in top 16, though. Yeah, they won the Big 12 tournament, but they're going to get sent somewhere for the first 2 rounds. I'm just being very realistic. Obviously, you want to avoid bad losses as much as you can for those bubble teams, especially. And same thing goes for the top 8 seeds or top 16, honestly. And they will base this off on the criteria, like the strength of schedule, like the ITA ranking. Head-to-head matters. Common opponents in terms of like how many wins and losses to certain opponents, and a number of top 50 wins. They will also base this on like travel potentially, because usually they try to avoid as many flights as possible. Though I know Baylor was sent to Stanford a few years ago, despite the travel aspect. So I'm just saying it could be real. Like, let's just say, example, like TCU is definitely not going to host the first two rounds. Where are they going to get sent? Most likely would be Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Texas. Obviously, they can't get sent to the same conference. They can't. And honestly, like another example would be like UCF. They're only one without so much travel involved within 400 miles would be Florida. That is if they get to host the first two rounds. So you guys get the point right there. That's just making a note right there. Now, my top 10 for Division I women's tennis goes as follows: Auburn, Georgia, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Virginia, North Carolina, Texas, LSU, and NC State. Now, outside looking in would be like Pepperdine, USC, Vanderbilt, Florida, Arizona State, Duke, and Tennessee. I will go over the bracket once for the NCAA tournament once it gets released on Monday. Then I will recap the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament. Just in terms of scoreline, like 4-0, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, very double clinch, 5-0 or 5-1. You guys get the point there. I'm not going to go like who won doubles and all that. And same thing goes for the Sweet 16 match. Just that one match. And the same week, I will definitely go over like the Elite Eight, Final Four, and national title matches. Though the Elite Eight is just going to be like the scoreline like I would do up to that point. Though the Final Four in the national title, I'll go more into detail, like who won the doubles point and what happened in singles. And this is going to be the last ranking, and I'm going to go over for this sport until the NCAAs really start. And the next one would be like May 20th. And I'm going to just do mine more on results based. Like if you're a Sweet 16 team, you're in the top 16. Elite 8, top 8. Final 4, top 4. National title winner, number 1. And the runner-up is number 2. This is just my opinion on how I would do these rankings, by the way. And not like a season as a whole type of deal. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe, and see you guys later on the Reddit 8 unscribes, social media goals, and has more. So my mind, this course, like video, comment really helps YouTube algorithm. Some more people say sharing the videos helps as well. Some more people could watch, and if you're watching and subscribe, hit subscribe button. It's free. Hit the notification bell as well.